I'm going to just take a couple of minutes to give you a really useful definition of what constitutes a fat, what constitutes a carbohydrate, and what constitutes a protein. Now, a protein is something which is essentially an animal or an animal product. So you can also think of this as something which either had a pair of eyes or came from something with a pair of eyes. And this, by definition, includes birds, fish, animals of all description. And their meat or their flesh is going to be primarily protein. So what is also highly protein based is the products of those animals. So if we think about eggs, if we think about milk, if we think about caviar, these things all come from something with a pair of eyes, and so they are going to be highly protein based. The next is the fats. So if you think about taking a walk around your local supermarket, you will know that there is an aisle where all of the fats live. So that's where you'll encounter your sunflower oil, your olive oil, all those oils that are in bottles and are liquid at room temperature. Fats also live in the fridge as well. So if you think about the area where you might encounter the butter or the lard or the dripping, or especially at this time of year, the goose fat. Now these are typically going to be hard at room temperature. Also included in the hard at room temperature group are things like coconut oil and palm oil. Now, it might surprise you, but everything else that's not mentioned in either the animals' eyes group or the fat group is actually a carbohydrate. And we typically only think of carbohydrates as being bread or rice. And the fact is that the carbohydrate group is actually much bigger than we might initially think. So everything else, so wine, chocolate, vegetables, fruit, breakfast cereals, anything grain-based, these things are all going to be largely carbohydrate. Now, this is a very simple definition. Obviously, there are going to be some exceptions. There are going to be some things which contain a mixture of all of these, but using that definition as a rule of thumb, you will be right most of the time